Okie dokie. Disclaimer, trading stocks is very risky. My results are not typical, as a typical result of an average trader will be to lose money. Keep in mind that you're accountable for your own decisions and that there are no guarantees that this or any video or any of my content will improve your trading. And with that being said, let's get into today's recap. Today we're finishing up 413 on the day. 413.27, trading a few different tickers, and let's get started on this recap. It's gonna be really short, really concise, but we'll get through all these tickers. Okay, so for VS was our biggest winner. Let's go ahead and pull up VS. This one was a shooting star on the 5-minute chart. Right here, we started seeing it at around, I believe it was on this candle where we started to see it, 83, 84 area, and we caught a nice trade through 84 on this breakout of 85. Let me see here. Let me go to my actual trades. I haven't pulled up on the side here. Let's see, VS. Started trading it at 10:08, which is right here. So we started trading it on this pullback with 4,000 shares. And we caught this breakout here from 85 to 88, selling into the 90s. On this candle, we broke it up to 91, but then on the next candle, we made a little pullback. I bought the pullback at 89 and 90 for the next leg higher. The halt level was at 99 at the time, and so I was looking at this towards the halt level. We had a high of 84 or 94. I took off some half at 93. On the next candle, I took off the rest at 92, 91 for break even. And then I was looking to buy dips on this way down. So at that point on VS, I was up 300 something on it, 340. And on this candle, I was buying dips at 90, 89, 85, I believe. And this candle just ended at its bottom. So I took a $100 loss on that dip trade. And then I took another dip trade here for a $50 loss, leaving me with VS being $200. And at this point, I was watching it a little bit longer to see if it wanted to get back above VWAP. But after these few candles, I put it off onto my side chart and pulled up another stock because it was no longer viable. It had just popped up and dropped down. It was just a pop and drop. Nothing really much to it. Next winner was BNED. BNED was one of our gappers this morning. This one we traded right about here. Let me see exactly. This one is the one we traded at the open. 934. Yes. Right here. We caught a nice, beautiful dip off of VWAP here. We got in at 25 or 24. I punched the order at 22, but I got filled at 24 or something like that. And on the bounce, I sold half my position at 30. I had bought 2,000 shares. I sold half my position at 30, and then on the next candle, as it started coming back down, I took off the rest at 29. What else here? That was the biggest trade on BNED. Everything else was small winners throughout this area. As it was making new highs, like right here, at 9:37 in the morning, I got in for the break of 37, 38. Took it off at 40. Little small $20 winners, $30 losers on BNED from this trade onwards, giving me an extra $30 on it. Because this initial trade was $142. So an extra $30 on just a couple trades throughout the push to highs. I guess I could talk about UNCY while I have it up here. UNCY is our biggest loser today, $41. We traded this one at the open. Um, yeah, pretty much the only trade on it we took was at the open right here. Right here on the retest of VWAP, we took a trade. We bought at, let me pull it up. We bought at 239 right here, and then sold as it came back down below VWAP at 35, 36 area. Little $40 loss, and that's about it on UNCY. UNCY has been choppy all day. You can see how many wicks it has. Like if you scroll through it, look at all these wicks on every single breakout, pullback. There's a wick. And this might have been a great trade right here if you caught it, but I was watching this when it happened, and um, the lowest I could have gotten filled was like 45, and at that point you're already like 4 cents off of the lows. Not exactly a better or a good dip trade. And then let's see here, we have Lunar. Lunar was our third best winner. This one was tricky. We traded it with 40 shares. We traded with 40 share blocks, and we'd add to 80, 120, and 160 shares in the trade, up into a high of 200 shares in the trade if I got a low enough entry. But most of the trades were like 80 shares positions. And we traded it, we didn't see it until it was at 18 on this initial leg. So we didn't see this initial 16 to 18 squeeze. We started seeing it on this pullback, got in here at a little bit below 18 for the pullback with 200 shares. Took that one off. Pretty much break even. Yeah, so I took that one off break even as it was showing signs it wanted to go lower. And then I got back in on the next candle right here on this dip and sold for a small profit of $30. Lunar, I was scalping it for little. There goes UNCY, but it's probably going to come back down. Maybe shorts get squeezed here though. Look at that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, shorts might be getting squeezed. But this one, waiting for that breakout all day long, not exactly worth it, especially if you're actively trading it. This thing was choppy as hell. Anyways, Lunar, I was just taking small winners, small losers on it. $10, $15, $20 for my average losers on Lunar. Making sure I was controlling my risk. And then OCEA, we took one trade on OCEA. It's not really worth mentioning. It was just a break-even trade. MTEM. Let's see. MTEM was one of our leading gappers. This one was a sub-dollar stock. We were trading it on its way back up towards VWAP, but it was kind of choppy. We were getting in like at 61, selling at 62, and then we'd get in at 62.50 for the break of 63 in VWAP, and then we'd sell for 60 at 60 for a loss, and it was just kind of like break even, selling for winners and losers. It never really got the break of VWAP, so it wasn't able to catch any buyers stepping in. I mean, this thing had a high of 84 pre-market with a pivot at 75, and yet it couldn't get back above VWAP at 60, 62. So it was kind of doomed once it failed that VWAP bounce. Any other ones? JFBR. JFBR was light volume. I can see if it has anything to show. JFBR. Let's see. We traded at 958. Okay, so we missed this initial move to 82. Now we traded the pullback here, and took a 1 cent loss on 2,000 shares. That's about it. So 1 cent loss on 2,000 shares on this pullback. And then we had other things to do. We were looking at Lunar. We were looking at VS. But yeah. Finishing the day up 413. Pretty good job. Our accuracy today, if I pull it up here, accuracy today is, here, let me get these out of the way for you guys. Accuracy is 53%. Not bad. I was kind of hoping for 60% and above. I took some losers at the end of the day to kind of bring the accuracy back down. But our profit loss ratio is 1.5 to 1, a little bit over 1.5, which is very nice. And let's see, anything else? Profit factor 1.76, perfect. Love that profit factor. And yeah, the goal for today was to treat every single trade as if I only had one trade to take on the day. So the goal was to take high accuracy trades that had a higher probability of working out, avoiding the choppiness of certain stocks like UNCY. I was avoiding that one like the plague because it was so choppy. And then basically I was taking each trade as if it was the only trade on the day. And that's the mindset I had today. And so I'm going to take that mindset into next week. And probably the rest of the month. I want to just try and see how, if I just change my mindset just a little bit, where I don't have to trade every single breakout, I don't have to trade every single dip trade, but if I just trade the ones that look like they're setting up perfectly, then my accuracy should go up by default, and I should get caught on a lot less false breakouts because I'll not be trading the chop as much. So that's my goal for next week. I'm going to be trying to keep that mentality and moving forward. It's a good mindset to have, honestly. Back when I was unprofitable, I used to do one trade a day for like a few months in a row, and it worked out really nicely for me. I would have more green days than red because I'd have more green trades than red because you're taking the high accuracy setups. And so just limiting myself like that to not take every single setup, it proved pretty nicely today to be beneficial in not getting chopped up in chop. And so with that, I'll be heading out for the weekend. I'm going to be studying up like I did last night. Really looking into what's been going on this March. And I want to review today's trading as well. I want to see if there's anything I'd fix because I do think 53 trades today might have been too much. Considering that I don't feel like we had 53 legitimate setups. So I might have taken too many trades today, and I'll look into that this weekend. All right, and these daily recaps, I'll keep on doing them for you guys since I don't want to just cut the YouTube cold turkey. I want to make sure you guys are still getting informed on what's going on. So, yeah, unfortunately, the streaming is messing with my ability to keep my discipline. I feel like I'm kind of like boring you guys if I go for like 30 minutes without a trade. So I kind of tend to take a trade that might not be as good, but at least it keeps people watching, which is not the right mindset to have when you're trying to make money, especially in trading. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of time off on the streams till I can reorient myself, and I'll instead be doing these daily recaps. So hopefully this was beneficial for you guys, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.